Here's a phrase I never thought I'd say: the politics of white women's hair. Let's talk about it. By the way, I'm KJ Miller. I am a founder, lecturer, and content creator. I like talking about all things pop culture and business related. If you like any of that, be sure to subscribe. Now let's get into it. So how did we get here today? Well, on Monday, I woke up and made a video about Kristen Bell. She was the host of the SAG Awards, and when she walked out on stage, to me, her hair looked undone. And I made a video about that on TikTok. That TikTok now has well over 1 million views. And I want to talk about it because some of the conversation that is happening in the comment section has really made me, think a lot of different thoughts about white women's hair that honestly, prior to Sunday, I just quite simply was not thinking. Now, I will tag the video in the description, but just to quickly bring you up to speed, basically what I said in the video was, white women, please fill me in. Is this hair done? Is Kristen Bell's hair done? Like, is this a hairdo? Because to me, it does not read as a hairdo. Now, I want to be clear. First of all, Kristen Bell is a beautiful woman. She could do literally anything to her hair, have it done, undone, messy bun, up, down. She's going to look beautiful no matter what she does. Okay. So I'm not taking anything away from Kristen Bell's beauty, but to me, and, I do say this as a Black woman, when she walked out on that stage, that hairstyle to me looked undone, or at the very least, like it had been done a long time ago and maybe like brushed out. And then she walked out on stage, which is what I said in the video. But then I said, maybe this is cultural. I wasn't, to be clear, trying to be mean. Like, I really was just kind of curious, like, have I missed a cultural moment, specifically within the white community, wherein this hairstyle, the like loose waves, kind of straight at the ends, whatever, wherein this is like a hairstyle, not just like this is how my hair happened to fall today, not just I brushed it, but like literally this is what I am doing for my hair. And it is done enough to be considered red carpet awards worthy, right? Like maybe I had missed a trend because this wouldn't be the first time that had happened as it relates to the white community. Like I think about in high school when one day, I swear it's like I felt like I woke up and everybody had on Uggs and I had never seen Uggs. And I was like, did all the white girls all at once decide to wear these ugly ass boots? Because to me at the time, that's what they look like. I had never seen them before. To me, they just look like ugly ass boots. Okay. And it looked like all the white girls in my school. And by the way, I grew up in the suburbs, so it was a predominantly white school. I felt like I woke up and one day all the white girls said, we're wearing these ugly ass shoes. Now, mind you, I've come to appreciate that trend. I too have Uggs. But at the time, like I'm saying, the point is, it felt like all of a sudden there was a trend and something that I did not perceive to be aesthetically pleasing had taken over. Okay. And so I sort of was wondering, like, is a trend afoot here? And I wasn't trying to be mean, but I guess I can't say there was no shade involved. There was a little bit of shade, but mostly curiosity. And I will just also pause and say, I try not to give mean girl. That's not really my vibe, but like, I do think humor sometimes is a little shady, and I can live with that. Also, commenting on award show fashion and glam is a time-honored tradition when it comes to pop culture commentary, all right? So if it read as mean to people, I never want to come across as mean. I do understand sometimes that I am going to come across that way. But, to me, this felt very squarely in the vein of award show, red carpet fashion commentary. All right, fine. Let's put that to the side. So the video wasn't really meant to be mean. It was kind of meant to come from a place of curiosity, like, have I missed something? Now, hundreds of comments later, actually, I think it's thousands of comments later. Let me take a look. Yes, 7,226 comments later, I have started to pick up on a few things. Now, like anything, it's not as if there's like absolute agreement in the comment section, but most of these comments, as far as I can tell, are from white women. And here's what seems to largely be agreed. A person named Lisa said, this is the hair version of no makeup. That has 37,000 likes, so a lot of people seem to agree with that. Then someone named China Cat Sun 76 said it's done as in on purpose, but not done as in fitting the occasion. That has 30,000 likes, so a lot of people agree with that as well. And then I would say it looks like the third most liked comment, this one has 14,000 likes, is there's no frizz. It has consistent waves. It's for sure styled. The waves have just fallen a bit. And then I want to call out one more. It doesn't have quite as many likes, 2,000 likes, but a lot of people left some variation of this content, of this comment. So I know there's a lot of agreement on this as well. Someone named Monica says, as someone with her hair type, this is styled. And immediately her hair said, nah, mine won't hold a curl either. The other option would have been an updo, and that's not her style. And I saw a lot of people commenting something similar, basically to the effect of she has very fine hair that will not hold a curl. So this is essentially the best her hair was going to be able to do in a down curled style without any extensions. And that is very, very fair, and I very much understand that. As someone who wears extensions pretty much all of the time, even though my hair is pretty long, you guys, let me just show you. This hair is very long, comes down below my bust. My hair, I think, comes to like right here. Last time I like blew it out and straightened it. So my hair is quite long, but I wear extensions because it makes it much easier to style. So I get it. I very much get it. But the reason why I'm saying that I now have to discuss the politics of white hair is because a lot of people in the comment section were getting kind of upset that I would even raise this issue because they felt like basically I'm judging Kristen Bell's natural hair and expecting her to do something with her hair that does not come naturally. Like the only way it was going to be able to look quote unquote more styled would be to add extensions, and like we as a people need to just be more comfortable with white women's natural hair. And when I tell you that comment really kind of took me out because it took me out just because as a Black woman who got a relaxer at age 11, put harsh chemicals in my hair that tore up my scalp and made my hair fall out, all because I was trying to get it straight, because straight hair, aka European hair, aka white hair, is the standard of beauty and has been for centuries. To be told that like I was shaming a white woman for her natural hair, it honestly threw me for a loop. It really did. But I did sit with it, and I have thought about it, and now I would like to talk about it. And I'll just say at the outset, I'm not sure this video is going to have any sort of grand conclusion. I just want to share some of the thoughts that I have had as I've been thinking about like white hair, the discussion and discourse around it, how that differs from discussions and discourse around Black hair. I'm just going to share some of my thoughts. My immediate thought in reading some of those comments was, hair extensions largely have been popularized by Black women. Like we've been wearing hair extensions for many, many, many decades, wigs and weaves for many, many, many decades / centuries. Like we have made it very popular and very mainstream. And as more white women have started to wear extensions more frequently and more regularly, it's like permeated pretty much full American culture. But let's be clear, it started with us, and it started with us because we were trying to mimic the accepted standards of beauty in a lot of ways. Not all the time. Plenty of us were wearing like braids and very Black styles, but a lot of us were wearing very straight hair, very straight wigs and weaves, because that was considered the accepted standard of beauty. So I find it very funny that like we popularized it. It moved into other communities, including the white community. And now there are people who feel like it's become oppressive for white women, when Black women have often felt like we aren't accepted for our natural hair. I find that fascinating, to be honest with you. Now, look, I'll be very honest. Do I think the pressure white women are feeling about their natural hair is on the same level as the pressure Black women are feeling about our natural hair? No, I don't. No, I don't. It would be silly to even honestly surmise that, because at the end of the day, Kristen Bell did walk out there with her natural, somewhat undone looking hair and host an award show and get paid millions of dollars to do it. So, it's not the same, but I do understand that that pressure maybe does exist now in a way that maybe it didn't previously. And it's funny because like we popularized this partially because of the pressure we felt to adopt to white standards of beauty. And then y'all jumped on the trend and now you're feeling pressure to uphold the standards of beauty that I think y'all created, very interesting. I mean, I hope somebody somewhere is writing a thesis about this or a dissertation or something, someone smarter than me, and I guess in grad school. But it is very, very interesting. So that's the first thing I'll say. The second thing I'll say is sort of the other thought I started having around this. And this gets back to one of the most liked comments about this being the equivalent of no makeup. I've been having conversations on this channel and on TikTok about standards of beauty, about like what we allow and also what becomes our default. I've spoken about the fact that I've never gotten Botox. I've never gotten fillers. That's not something I even feel pressured to do. I do understand that there seems to be a lot more pressure when it comes to white women and my white friends to do those things. And so I've just been thinking about beauty standards, and I've been thinking about them a lot as it relates to like what we do to our face and bodies, not quite as much about hair, which is interesting because hair is so important to the Black community and to Black women. I hadn't given it that much thought, and I certainly hadn't given it that much thought again for white women. So if no makeup, if that's what this hairstyle is, that almost implies that it actually takes a lot of effort, because most of the time what you see as no makeup, particularly when it comes to like influencers or, celebrities, somebody spent a lot of time making them look as if they have no or very minimal makeup. Like it isn't actually just I'm going to throw on a little bit of tinted moisturizer and get up out the house. That very rarely is what the no makeup girlies are doing. They're actually applying like 6-7 different steps and spending like 15, 20 plus minutes on that look. And so that would imply that a lot of effort went into creating a style that looks effortless. And that's interesting because somehow my brain can compute why you would do that for your makeup far more than my brain can compute why you would do that for your hair. Like I spend almost no time on my hair, which is why it looks like I spend almost no time on my hair. I wake up, I take it out of my ponytail because I sleep with it in a ponytail, and I brush it. And that's the hair you see in front of you. Once every 7 to 10 days, I flat iron the edges on low heat because I'm not trying to have my hair be super, super straight. It's more just to keep it blending with the rest. That's it. And that's what it gives, right? That's to me what it looks like. But to be honest with you, that is what Kristen's hair looks like to me. It looks like someone brushed it and she went out on stage. But if I'm understanding no makeup, this being the equivalent, it actually took a lot of effort. And I think my brain can't really compute why you'd want to spend a lot of time when it comes to hair, but look like you didn't spend a lot of time. Because unlike with makeup, if I spend a lot of time but look like I didn't, then what you assume is that I've just got really gorgeous skin. And really gorgeous skin feels like a flex, but undone hair does not. And so I'm a little bit confused by that, if that is in fact what's happening, and a little bit confused about like if that is trending. Is it trending? Again, I'm asking the white women of America. Is it trending? Do you want to spend a lot of time but look like you didn't spend a lot of time when it comes to your hair? Because I don't know. I just feel like if I want my hair to reflect the effort that I put in. And if I were, hosting an award show, I would want my hair to be curls, to be on fleek, giving you that Hollywood bombshell glamour. I want it to look like my stylist was in there doing my hair for 90 minutes, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because she was. If she was in there doing all that work and I came out looking like this, well, I don't know. I can't see myself wanting that. But again, I ask, is that a trend? Is this the new Uggs? This is the new Uggs. Let me know. And the final thing I'm going to talk about, just because this comment, I saw it and I have to say something. I'm not going to be able to find it because it's not one of the most liked. So I'd have to dig through these 7,000 comments. But it said something to the effect of, imagine if a white woman got on here and started talking about whether or not a Black woman's hair was done. Yikes. Okay. I really just need everybody to understand When you try to draw those parallels, you sound very, very silly because as I explained at the top of this video, we're not the same. The conversations about our hair are not the same. Black women have been subjected to white beauty standards for centuries. We have been persecuted because our hair isn't straight enough and doesn't conform the way we want it to. We have had to fight to have literal laws passed to protect the ways that we naturally wear our hair and the natural and protective styles that we do because we are so often discriminated for the way we wear our hair. So me, a Black woman, talking about whether or not a white woman's hair looks done or not is very different than the reverse because of history, because of context, because of facts, okay, because of reality. I'm not going to give you a whole history lesson, but just know when you try to draw those parallels, you typically sound silly. I can understand if you got a little riled up because you feel like maybe I shouldn't be talking about anyone's hair. Like I said at the top, maybe to you it just reads as mean. And while that's not my goal or intention, I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of red carpet award show, fashion, glamour, commentary. I can understand if maybe it does seem like it read as read and being upset about that. But not all things are the same, okay? And me talking about a white woman's hair and whether or not it appears done is very different than you hopping in front of a microphone and giving your little commentary about a Black woman's hair. I'm not saying you can't do it. Everybody can do exactly what they want to do. I'm saying if you want to try it, don't be surprised when the reception is very different, okay? That's all I have to say in this little video. Like I said at the top, I wasn't sure I was going to come to any sort of point, and I don't know if I did, but I did share my thoughts. And if you like any of that, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.